Katie, it has been a wild week on Wall Street as American investors and global markets react to the latest White House trade policies. Scripps News national correspondent Katie Tubman is live for us in New York. And Katie, I know you've been looking at how people are actually feeling after this whiplash. What did you find?
Well, Andrew, if you're one of the folks who have checked their 401k this week, you're likely feeling a sting from multiple days of a market sell-off. And despite a bounce back Wednesday, there's a lot of uncertainty still among consumers, even as we saw inflation fall today. And economists tell us that's because it's unclear what will happen next in Washington and how that could impact your pocketbook. President Trump's back-and-forth actions on tariffs sparking major market swings and leaving many people feeling
major uncertainty.
We got a lot of uncertainty.
Chaos and uncertainty.
Uncertainty about what is going to happen.
The strength of the U.S. dollar hitting a 6-month low this week, and recent consumer sentiment surveys showing declining confidence in the economy.
People are really concerned about where things are headed.
But Thursday, a potential promising sign. Inflation coming in at just 2.4% in March compared to a year ago. That's good, but those numbers don't look ahead, says economics professor Jonathan Ernest.
They are sort of a backwards-looking indicator of how the economy kind of was doing a month or two ago. Much more recently, we've had a lot more turmoil introduced into the market that's really shaken consumer confidence.
Many consumers staying alert and cautious amid rapidly changing circumstances, according to retail insights expert Stephanie Carls.
Consumers aren't panic buying. They're listening, they're watching, they are waiting.
But some, like Diane Busto, aren't in a position to wait as they live off their retirement funds.
I can't afford to lose money out of that. It's got to last me for so long.
For now, consumers like her and business owners like Gary Grigowski hoping for the best and more stability.
I think we'll figure it out, but when it's changing this rapidly, it's just very hard to not feel a little bit of discomfort with what's going on.
Now, if you are worried about your 401k, you are not alone. But experts told us if you're not close to retiring, it's best not to touch it because historically markets recover. And so they were advising us that if you are considering the future, of course, your circumstances may be unique, that you should actually reach out to a professional financial advisor to get information that's best suited for you. Andrew?
And Katie, we've been talking a lot about how prices could go up. Did we see any of that from this latest inflation data?
Well, the thing to remember here, Andrew, is that this data is looking at March. And so it was before we saw President Trump instate those sweeping reciprocal tariffs, which he later paused, except for the one on China. Still, the data shows that inflation is cooling, as you had mentioned earlier, and the cost of gas and airline fares dropped last month, and that's after a side effect of tariffs on oil prices and causing a decline in international travel, as according to the experts who we spoke with. Now, the price of groceries, on the other hand, we saw them go up a bit last month, and that includes eggs, which is still bouncing back from effects of the avian flu. But there's still, of course, no doubt that folks will be frustrated with these prices going into Easter. Andrew?
Absolutely, absolutely. Katie Tubman in New York for us. Katie, thank you.